How you doing? My name is Val Mijailovic. This is my friend Demetrio Munez, and Demetrio will be helping me today with some of the sweeps. We're going to start off with some of the basic sweeps and then go into competition sweeps and a little bit of maybe street fighting technique sweeps, which will come down the line. I'm going to show a lot of setups for the sweeps, because I believe that in order to execute a sweep properly, you should really do your homework on the setups. So to me, setups is one of the very important parts of doing the sweep correctly. We'll start off with some of the basics. For example, I'm going to show you, just as a reference, what we do for an outside sweep. Outside sweep means that we're sweeping from the outside in. So from this point on, our reference point outside sweep means sweeping from the outside in. Inside sweep would be coming from the inside of the opponent, sweeping the foot out. So it would look like something like this from the inside, either with the front foot or the back foot. First of all, I'd like to explain the sweeping surface, or the area, the contact where my foot makes contact on my opponent. Dimitri, could you roll up your gi just a little bit? What we want to do is we want to strike this side of the foot here, back of the foot right here, the heel area, and then if you turn the other way, we want to sweep this part right here, from here to here. Okay? And turn it back this way. The sweeping surface on my part, this part of the foot here. So usually I try to catch my opponent right here. This way, it's very difficult, although there are some sweeps that we use this portion of the foot. Also, I use a lot this part of the foot here. And I'll use this part of the foot here. Although sometimes we end up using the heel area right here. In the competition, most of the time you will end up in a gymnasium like a basketball court. So most of the time you end up with a wood floor. On a wood floor, it's a little bit different sweeping on a wood floor than it is sweeping on a mat. Because a mat your weight sinks into the mat and your foot's got a good grip. So most of my techniques today that we're going to be going through will be on a basketball court or a traditional martial arts floor, which is hardwood. What I like to do is always sweep as low as I can. Reason being is that the lower that I go, the better chance, leverage-wise, I have of sweeping my opponent. The higher that I go, the stronger he is. So here I'm taking a chance of breaking a knee or injuring my opponent. So always go as low as you can. Try to cup whatever you're sweeping. If you're sweeping from the front, try to cup right over here so it actually fits into your foot. If you're sweeping from back here, try to cup the heel. Or if I'm sweeping outside, I'm going to try to put my heel right here on the instep. Let's go into the first sweep, which is the outside sweep. This would be a standing still sweep. Now, a little bit later I'll explain about movement and motion. Doing the same sweep as I am attacking and the same sweep as my opponent is attacking. So, on the outside sweep, I like to think of it as 3 different ways that I can do it. Okay, the first way would be I take my foot and push that foot towards the back foot. And I actually try to aim so that foot hits the back foot. Let's do it in real slow motion so they can see. So if I were to do 1, 2, and then this foot drives the other foot out. And right at the end, you would lift. So the motion would be a sweep, just as if you were sweeping with a broom. It would look like this. You can hear the foot going from the floor all the way to the end, and right at the end, you want to lift.
Right.
Okay, as you lift, you want to lift with your whole body up. So you want to lift with the whole body up. One more time. 1. So aim the front foot to the back foot. We're going to do it slow. You're not going to go down.
Right.
Just show slow. one. And you see both feet will fly up in the air. The head normally comes down first. Very dangerous technique. Make sure that you're holding on to your opponent when you train this. One of the ways that you can train this is like this. You grab your opponent, he grabs you, and then step one this way with the front foot. Now go back, 2. You see, one more time. So you step same time I step. 1, 2. Okay? So you're training lifting, squeezing your arms, squeezing the gi, and then lifting up.
Hi.
The other sweep would be, so the first one is from the front to the back. The second one would be where you're actually coming in a circle around this way and knocking this foot out straight in this direction. So it would look like this, lift your foot, out this way. Okay, one more time.
Right.
Again, using this part of the foot. So you're coming in 1 and straight out this way. The end part of the sweep is always very important. If I just hit him like this and then come back with a foot, so just go halfway, right? It's not the same. The end result is what pivots your opponent and turns him so he goes down. So we'll do it real slow. Right here. So naturally you have to have your hands up. Block, 2, straight out.
Right.
The third method would be when you're in close fighting and you're in this position. That's when you take your foot, pull it back towards your foot. You want to hook the heel and you want to pull straight back. You don't want to go out this way. Okay, because this way you're going to fall yourself. All you're going to do is you're going to take that foot and pull it this way. Okay? So to review quickly, the first one goes to the back foot, one lift. Second one goes straight out to the side. Okay, and the third one, you would end up doing this, pull straight towards the back foot. Now let's talk a little bit about the inside sweeps. The objective of the inside sweep is basically for your opponent to drop straight down where his center of gravity is. So you want to drop your opponent where his front foot is. Most of the time, your opponent will end up usually right leg back, so you are probably right leg back or your left leg back. The objective of an inside sweep is, from a standing position, to throw your opponent off. Number of ways of doing it. One of the ways you can do it is by moving the back foot in and taking this foot out in a 90-degree angle. Okay, this way. The other way would be so you go in, cup it, and pull back. So it's more of a buckle that you're after in a full sweep. So shift 1. The other method would be where the front foot extends, you dip your whole body down and sweep out this way. Like so. So from here, without moving the back foot, you reach in, sweep. Okay? Reach in, sweep. So again, you come down and you invert your foot and you actually lift like this, up. In karate we call this koichigari, 1. And this would be oichi, this way. So 1, 2. Now, this way, it's pretty much obvious what you're doing. You're coming deep inside, you're cupping, and you're buckling there, you're pushing out. Again, it's very important to keep your foot straight. Okay? Straight and to the floor. And at the end, you apply the kime.